So, let's talk about loyalty programs. But I want you to think about them a little differently today. Think of them as a game. On one side, you've got the business, and on the other side, you've got you. And like any good game, there are rules, rewards, and yeah, a few traps. The real question is, are you the one who's winning?
I mean, just for a second, picture your wallet, or maybe it's an app on your phone. How many of those loyalty cards have you collected? 5? 10? Maybe more? Now, are they actually saving you money, giving you real perks, or have they kind of turned your wallet into this perfectly designed trap, one that nudges you to spend just a little bit more? It's something to think about, right?
Okay, so if we're going to win this game, we have to understand our opponent's strategy. So let's pull back the curtain and look at the business playbook. Why are companies so incredibly eager to get you to sign up for these things?
Well, the logic from their side is actually pretty simple. It is way, way cheaper to keep a customer like you coming back than it is to go out and find a brand new one. These programs are built to get you in the door more often, and hopefully to get you to spend more while you're there. And if they do it right, you become their biggest fan, a brand advocate telling your friends how great they are. In a super crowded market, that kind of loyalty is a massive advantage.
But here it is, this is the real grand prize for them. While you're busy collecting points for a free coffee, they are collecting something infinitely more valuable, your data. Every single time you swipe that card, every purchase, every click, it tells them a story about what you like, when you shop, and what you're probably going to buy next. And that information, it is pure gold.
All right, so that's their side of the game board. But hey, this isn't a one-way street. Let's flip this around and talk about what's in it for you. What are the actual perks and real-world payoffs you get for playing along?
The rewards really boil down to two main types. First, you've got the tangible stuff, the real, measurable value. You know, we're talking points that become cash back, that free product you get on your birthday, or that awesome surprise upgrade. But then there's the other side, the intangible rewards. Things like exclusive early access to a sale, that VIP treatment that just makes you feel important, or even just that simple feeling of belonging to a club. And you know what? Sometimes that feeling can be an even stronger motivator than the discount.
Okay, so free stuff, special treatment, it all sounds pretty great, doesn't it? But like we said, every game has its hidden dangers, and loyalty programs are absolutely loaded with them if you're not paying close attention. It's time we start reading between the lines. And there it is, the million-dollar question. With all these supposedly free benefits being thrown your way, you've got to ask yourself, what's the catch? Because, let's be honest, there is always a catch. This one, right here, is the #1 trap. You're just a couple of dollars away from hitting that next reward level, so you just toss one more thing in your cart, something you didn't even need. Sound familiar? These programs are masterfully designed to make you feel like you're being smart and saving, but often they're actually tricking you into spending more than you ever planned to.
And remember that gold mine of data we mentioned? Well, here's the other side of that coin. In exchange for those points, you are handing over a deeply personal and detailed map of your life and your habits. Who sees that data? How are they using it? These are the really important privacy questions that we tend to forget about when we're excited about a 10% discount.
Oh, and this one can really sting. You've been saving up your points for months, dreaming about booking that free flight. Then you wake up one morning and overnight, the company has changed the rules. Now that same flight costs double the points. It's called devaluation, and believe me, it happens all the time. Your hard-earned rewards can lose a huge chunk of their value in an instant, often with almost no warning.
And the pitfalls just keep coming. Think about it. If you're trying to keep up with a dozen different programs, you end up spreading yourself so thin that you never actually earn a meaningful reward in any of them. Or you might feel this pressure to stick with one store to get your points, completely missing the fact that their competitor across the street has a way better deal. It's like wearing blinders without even realizing it.
Okay. Enough with the doom and gloom. We've talked about the traps, but you're here to figure out how to play the game and actually win. So let's get into it. This is your Smart Shopper's Guide, because if you have the right strategy, you can absolutely make these programs work for you.
Here's your 4-step playbook. Step 1, be selective. Be ruthless even. Only join programs for places you already shop at all the time. Don't ever change your habits just for a program. Step 2, consolidate. Instead of having 10 cards with a few useless points on each, pick 1 or 2 that really matter and focus your energy there. That's how you rack up rewards fast. 3, redeem strategically. Don't blow 10,000 points on a cheap coffee maker you don't need when you could save them for a $500 flight. Always go for the high-value stuff. And finally, step 4, stay disciplined. This is the golden rule. Keep an eye on your points so they don't expire, And never, I mean never, let the promise of a reward trick you into buying something you weren't going to buy anyway.
So we've looked at both sides of the board. We've seen the business strategy, the perks, and the hidden traps. It really all comes down to this final moment. Now, it's your move. Look, here's the bottom line. Loyalty programs aren't inherently good or evil. They're a tool, and their value depends entirely on how you decide to participate. If you're smart about it, if you're disciplined, you can squeeze some serious value out of them. But if you're not, you're just another piece on their game board. So I want to leave you with this one last question. The next time you're standing in line and you pull out that loyalty card, I want you to pause and ask yourself honestly, is this program really serving me, or am I serving it?